Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to today. Welcome back. Welcome to Today Live. Okay. So I'm just gonna give some people some time to come on, and then I'll get into. All right. So today, okay. You know what? The Lord gave me this word a couple days ago, and I was supposed to come on live and give the word, but I did post. He did tell me to post it in my community section. As soon as I decided to come on live, somebody decided to start playing music. I was supposed to share this word about rush engagement. All right, so that's the title I put today. But I'm going to allow the Holy Spirit to flow. Okay, so Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, I give the glory, honor, the praise. I ask that you go ahead of us today, Lord God. Give us wisdom, give us knowledge, give us clarity. Open our hearts to receive what you have for us today. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. All right, so I'm hearing the Lord say to tell them to be ready because it's going to be a rush delivery. Are you hearing that noise in the background? Because it sounds kind of loud to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep looking at my back. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Tara. God bless you too. Okay, so God is saying to be ready because it's gonna be a rush delivery. Okay, now Father, what do you mean by a rush delivery? Welcome to Jamaica. Okay, people make noise outside for no reason. Lord, please let them turn this music off. Honestly, it was quiet. Okay, and the Lord reminded me to go live. Now I come live, they're playing music. I have no idea. I just take myself off. Okay. So your marriage is rush delivery. So Lord, what is rush delivery versus speed? Because he was telling me that he said rush. Okay. Rush and speed is two different things. All right. He's saying rush means it's gonna be suddenly out of the ordinary. Okay. Suddenly out of the ordinary. So he's saying speed means it's going to be fast. Now, which delivery show up on time? I mean, which delivery show up first? Think about it. Rush versus speed. When you have rush delivery, it's usually like overnight, right? Versus speed, mean like Amazon 2 day shipping, that's speed. And rush usually overnight, suddenly out of nowhere. All right, this has to happen, and whatever we're gonna do to make sure this customer get her order because she pay her money, we have to make sure it gets there. Okay, they gotta fly it, they gotta take a ship, whatever it is, they have to make sure that package get to you. Think about important documents. All right, when you have important documents and usually you have a deadline, or sometimes it's just important documents that you need the next day, and those things are highly like protected when you're requesting a birth certificate, a marriage certificate, or something, an extra copy. they would be it comes to you differently. You have to actually sign for the package too. They won't just leave it careless. All right. So he's saying, no, I want them to know that's how I'm doing it. That's how God is doing it. Okay. He's saying, don't see the process, see the wedding. Don't see the process, see the wedding. What do you mean? He's saying, my process is not your process. He's saying, I'm laughing because he's saying, I might give you something that is better than what you actually want or desire. All right. So say you want to be with person A. So you want to be with Jerry, right? I don't know where that name come from. Jerry is good and all that, but God knows Jerry is a 7, right? But he has a 10 for you, but he's trying to tell you about the 10 he has, but you're so focused on Jerry that you can't see the blessing that he wants to give you. Sometimes the things we want is not the things that's good for us, or it's not the best thing for us. Okay. And I do this all the time with God. I just say, Lord, hey, this is what I want, but give me what you want from me. But then when that time comes, I'm like, it depends on what it is. All right. Lord bless me with a home. You know what? I want the one that you want for me, because Queen-Esther might be thinking bank account and you're thinking I own everything. Okay. So it's the same. He's saying regarding the marriages, what he's saying. Right. So he's saying if they're willing to settle, I can't force them to not settle. So he can give you warning and stuff to not settle, right? Excuse me. But he's saying he cannot force you to not settle. So he's saying sometimes my choice is not the best for them, but it's the best for me. What does that mean? Okay, so he's talking about glory, like he's saying a bigger glory. He's saying sometimes you could think that this person could never be my husband, right? And then what? And he makes them the best man you ever met. So do you understand that? So think about it. Like God told me he's my husband. I'm like, oh no, this man could never ever be my husband. And God will work on that person for you and serve you in a way that even if you wasn't even in love with them, you can. Do you know you could grow to love somebody and you realize, oh my gosh, God can make that man the best man you ever been with, so he can get the glory. That's one thing he's saying. So he's saying, I don't want you to let go of something that I've spoken to you, but there can be options. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's talking about what's her name? Nina. Balls for Christ. I don't know why God is using her as an example. He's saying she has choices, but she's gonna choose with me. Like if you watch her video, she always talk about God said he gonna tell me if this is the person. So if she go out with somebody or meet somebody, she always say, don't tell me that is my husband. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have choices. Some of you have choices, but he's saying to not to let go of what is spoken to you, right? So he's saying I'm doing some Exodus 14:14 for some of you, because some of you don't know who to receive. Okay. He's saying okay. Lord, we not do this. All right, so he's saying some of you literally have a husband right in front of you, but you're blind to it. You're blind to it. It's like your eyes are closed to that person, right? Okay, what do you mean, Lord? Listen, oh my God, I'm not gonna tell you all what happened. All right. I'm not convicted, Lord. I'm not convicted. I'm not convicted. I only want what God wants for me. I'm tired of making the wrong decision. Natasha is saying, don't run when I tell you who is it. Okay. Sometimes you ask God stuff and then he say hit that person and you're like, no, thank you. No. That sometimes you think you want what God wants for you, but you don't really know the person, but you're like, oh no, okay, Lord. Why am I talking like I'm talking about myself? I'm not talking about myself. All right, Lord, what does you say today? All right, it's saying there's many options, but I can help them choose the best one. The best one? Okay, he said to write a list of what you want, and he's gonna tell you what is missing. And that's I did write a list. And he told me to add something to my list. He said, wait, you want me to tell him that? He's saying, I want you to ask me for a husband that prayed for you, that prayed for you. Like, think about it. Like, you are the answered prayer. He's saying that's very powerful. Why? Oh, he's saying you can pray for somebody, a husband, and he send that person for you, but you are not the woman they desire. What? It makes sense. Think about it. You would have some of the qualities they desire, but not all of the qualities. But isn't it both way? I'm sorry. I'm just listening to what God is saying because I'm like having a conversation right now. Because I'm thinking, isn't it the same way? It's well, it makes sense if both of you have it on your list. So don't just write down, I want this in a man, this in a man. You want to write down, you want to write those things down, and you want to write down, send like these men that pray for a woman like me, okay? He's saying somebody can desire you but not pray for you. Okay, God is saying I can bless you with a son that desire you, but they don't know that. Like, do you understand? They desire you, but they don't know that. So sometimes God can connect you with some people, and like you, like, what is this? But what they don't know is it wasn't just random. They want a wife, but they don't know you're the wife they desire. So God can open those doors, right? And then he's saying, "Ow, I'm sorry, ow." He's saying, and then there are my bold children who will tell me what they want. Okay, you want a masculine man, you want a tall 6 foot guy. Nina, Nina, well, listen. All right, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, so he's saying basically you can ask him for anything you want in a husband. If you want something sexually in the bedroom, you can write that down too. He can answer on any prayer for you. He can give you anything you desire in a husband. And a lot of you don't really put everything on the list. I mean, you're gonna write a list, but whatever God is leading you to do at the end of the day. But some of you think, oh my gosh, I can't ask him that. It's too much. You understand? Road to Roy. That is true. We may not be who the man desire. Happened to me sadly. Oh, wait. So are you saying he's somebody that you like desired and prayed for, but you wasn't the one he desired? Oh, Lord, they say. I can tell you my business. Oh my God. Transparency. All right. Okay. So let me be transparent for a little bit. I'm not gonna tell you everything, okay? Because I don't like talking about. Hold on. Okay, so there's some. I don't want to talk about this because I'm running. All right, so I don't get it. Okay, I don't get it because so okay, so there's many potential options for Queen Esther, but there's this person. Honestly, I don't know how to talk about the person. God is saying either somebody that I could like marry to and all that, but I don't know because I don't know the person. And what else? And he's saying a lot of you are doing the same thing. Okay. I'm not gonna tell them that. All right. And he acted like he genuinely cared for me until he married. So, oh wow. So Tara want a God-fearing, faithful, handsome gentleman. Are you hearing that? Who respects. All right. I feel like people, including many believers, are focusing on the wrong things. What do you mean, Annie? Because are you talking about marriage? Because the father said marriage is a gift. It's not just a thing. Okay, marriage. I'm gonna tell you something. See, Lord, I want to be married. I want to get married. And then when all these people come, I'm like, stop running. Okay, I'm not running, Lord. I'm just. I don't know. I don't know. He's saying if I say rush, you should be ready, and don't tell him you don't know. So the opportunity is gonna come, and some of you are gonna have a decision to make on the spot. Again, he's not gonna force you or anything, but he's gonna say, "Here the person is. He's the perfect fit for you." Obviously, he's not gonna be a perfect man or a perfect wife. The list thing seems unnecessary. Actually, it's not unnecessary if you think about it. If you don't know what you want, how are you gonna find what you desire or have what you desire? I mean, God could send you a lot of potential spouse, but you don't have no clarity about what is it. What's the vision for this marriage? What am I looking for in a man? Like think about it. The woman I want to be, am I that woman? I'm gonna write it down. If I saw myself as the perfect wife, you know what I mean. Nobody's perfect, but yeah, it's the same. I'm not gonna just marry a random man with no button. I know what I've written down and all that. Yeah, so basically, again, Lord, I surrender my marriage to you. I place it on the altar. But then when God is bringing all these potential to you, you have no idea what you're looking for, no clue, because you have nothing written down. Well, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I mean, you could do that and trust God, but you can write it down, write the vision and make it plain. There's must something in a man that you truly desire that I'm going to write down. You're not just writing down something on a piece of paper. So remember that. I've been waiting for my kingdom husband for more than a decade. Why are you waiting for? I've lost my job. I don't have any dreams anymore. Is this because of your king not having the kingdom spouse? Uh, no, Elohim, I feel like when it's the one you just know. Now I'm gonna tell you some things about having vision. Um, this whole week, even in prior in the videos that popping up is keep talking about resurrection. Something that seems dead in your life is resurrecting. And you can't give up on all those things. You can't give up on God. No, if you're waiting for a decade, that means you need to receive one. Some of you, God opened door a lot of time, but some of you think God need to put the man and say it has to be this one or don't take it. God will present people to you. It's your choice to receive. Okay. So, because I know people say I'm waiting 10 years, but again, time. God is out of time and space. But if you're like rearing this waiting, I would, Lord, why am I still waiting for 10 years? Do you understand what I'm saying? No, it's just the way when you lose so many things in life, you realize that life doesn't need to be perfect. Mm. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like, what am I really doing with my life and stuff like that. But think about where you was versus where you are now. I'm gonna tell you to you need purpose. When you have a purpose, God called you to serve. So when you're walking in the purpose God called you to do, and you won't really feel like that because if you feel like that, you need to go spend some time with God. He is that fulfillment. He will tell you the vision. He will help you in whatever you need. He can be your husband and everything you need. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Married the wrong man in the process of healing. God has someone for me. So, Bella, you married the wrong man. Oh, so you married the wrong man and you're in the process of healing. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Marriage sometimes can be scary. Like sometimes when I think about it, okay, I'm not gonna discourage anybody. Just a lot of us, ooh, kingdom marriage. But remember, it's not just a walk in the park. And that's something the father always tell me. Because the bigger picture of marriage is family and what else? Whatever purpose, there's a purpose for your marriage. It's not just to say I do. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I am sorry to hear that, Bella. But that's something I sometimes think about. I see a lot of people in relationship in marriages and their spouse cheats. I'm not in the middle of the situation. So my perspective, it's like if he cheats once, I mean that's a very hard one. You're gonna have to God will have to help people in that situation. But I was watching a lot of videos and I'm saying If he'd been cheating that long, I would have been just walk away. And then we was talking. He was saying they've been together. They have a family. You know, sometimes you settle in the marriage because you have children. Yeah, excuse me. Is it worth staying? Is the question I'm gonna ask myself. So, I, Bella, I guess you didn't stay, right? Because you just said you married the wrong man. Are you divorced? Are you still in the marriage? Well, that's true. And those are things you take to God in prayer, okay? Because you have a covenant with Elohim. So when you know your marriage covenant, you go to your father in your prayer closet. No, I mean, at this point, what do you want? Do you want your family? Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Marriage is a covenant. So I'm not just gonna tell. First of all, me, I would never tell somebody to walk away from their husband or wife because of infidelity or something like that. That's your personal choice. That's something you're gonna have to deal with in the secret place with God. But if it's something you want to move on with and heal and grow with your husband, I'm gonna tell you about the covenant keeping God that will remove any single person that's contending your marriage. Okay. Now, what would you like her to read, Lord? He said to ask him about the covenant you have with him as a wife, and then he'll tell you from there. He's gonna tell you he's gonna tell you how to proceed. Okay. I decided to divorce. God confirmed I can leave. Should I tell her what she said? But I'm gonna ask you a question. Well, oh wow. All right, that's very powerful. Um, Bella, I heard the Lord say, you do have the choice, but he's saying, well, he was talking to me and he was saying, but if I love my man and I want my husband to be with me, I ain't walking away. But at the end of the day, he's saying you have the choice. So if this is my husband and we're in covenant till death do us part, and I want you to be with me, and I do love you and I don't want to break up, no woman not gonna make me leave my husband. That's one point of it. And then there's this point of it where it's he's saying, all right. So he's saying to go on a fast for one day. And he's gonna give you some hidden revelation because you just tap into the realm. Wait, me or her? Oh yeah, I already have marriage dream, but he's saying you just tap into the dimension of marriage that I have. So he's gonna tell you some very mature things. So you want to definitely spend that one day and fast and let him minister to you about this whole thing. All right. Again, that's crazy. I literally heard this. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Bella, I did not. Okay, I heard him say to tell you to add one more day to your fast, but I didn't say. I didn't know he was fasting. All right, he was talking to me and he's told me to tell her to add one more day to her fast, but I didn't know what that mean. I thought he just wanted to go on a 1 day fast. Okay, He's saying, yeah, like you already know what to do, but if you want that man to be yours, he's gonna give you the key, the strategy, basically. And he's saying, no, this is for any wife. I mean, think about it. Y'all take divorce. I mean, y'all take marriage and divorce. Those things. No, no, no. When you're in covenant with Elohim and you're married, that's a covenant with Him. When you know the covenant you have, you don't even stress about no marriage. Now I'm gonna give you a testimony that I heard time and time again. All right, and give me 1 second. I'm gonna get back to the comments. So this woman found out that her man was sleeping with the lady down the road. She know the covenant. She know covenant keeping God. She know covenant. She went in her prayer closet and she told the Lord that they are in covenant and she's married to this man and he is her husband, not her husband, and she want that woman to leave her man alone. And this is the testimony I heard. I don't know who killed this woman, but I'm not saying to go pray and kill nobody prior. This literally is the testimony, and I'm not lying. I think it was like a week later the woman was dead. I don't know how she died. I'm not saying Elohim killed the woman. I'm saying she know that she was in covenant. Whichever way went, she would have to leave her man alone because she know the covenant God she is in covenant with. When you're in marriage, it's a covenant. It's not a joke. Okay? Exactly. I heard the Lord said to ask him about the covenant you have with him as a wife. Because remember, your marriage covenant is between you, God, and your husband, not you and the paper you sign at the courthouse. Okay? Not you and man, it's you and God. I heard the Lord say Psalms 28. Bella, I heard the Lord say Psalms 28. All right, so the Lord said he will be your help if you want to proceed with restoration. If you want to proceed with restoration. Hmm. Psalms 28. Okay. Wait, what was you meditating on? Wow, that's awesome. That's interesting. You know this, right? He told me to tell you to continue to fast for one more day. And then now you say you're meditating on Psalms 28 already. Okay. He's saying if you know what Psalms 28 means, it's for your marriage if you want to stand for it. So if you read Psalms 28, you know that Elohim is gonna go to war for you. And he never lost. And there's victory. Okay. Oh, you showed me Psalms 41. It says, you said isn't it says all the joys of those who are kind to the poor. The Lord rescue them when they're in trouble. So is it you saying isn't your marriage in trouble? So what does trouble mean? Any unpleasant situation. So when you meditate on that with God, He will minister to you. Road to Roy. I heard the Lord say, what did He say? He's saying, I could tell you that, and they choose to marry another. Why? He says because some of them are stubborn hearted and stiff necked. Like God can say, this is your husband, but their flesh wants something else. Not everyone is really grounded as you. Hold on there. Let me see something. Oh. I hope I wasn't. I'm sorry about that. Um, I had to go listen for something. Was that your kid? Yes, he is my son. Oh, Rotorai. This just confirms he can restore the marriage and he wants to. Yeah, he's saying he's open to helping you, but it's still your choice. So yeah, he can restore things, but listen, these children, okay. All right. Listen, this all right. So this is what I come to realize. All right. When God can say somebody is your husband and they just don't want to listen. God can convict them and all kind of stuff. And God can open their hearts to receive you, but they can be stubborn and not do it. And then God will tell you that there's grace for another, or there's different options. So if you want to stand and wait, even though they want to be stubborn, living their life, their best life, and God is telling you, daughter, the door is open, you could choose another. Maybe the other person is even better than that one that you was waiting for. That's what he was saying. Sometimes the real becomes the counterfeit, okay? And some of you are still holding on when God tells you to let go. Some of you are in some relationship that God been telling you to let it go. Again, I'm not telling you to go uh break up with anybody or something. I'm just speaking on a whole, okay? So the Lord is asking me, how would I feel if somebody cheated on me in a marriage? Honestly, okay. Well, I'm more mature now, but that's something I don't know. I wouldn't feel pleasant, of course, but I don't think I could go with that. I don't know. I would have to. I need some time. Okay, I want to figure out. I'm not trying to go by my feelings here. Okay, right now I'm feeling. I'm not feeling nothing. Okay, because you're saying I'm not allowing you to use your feeling to make the judgment. So I'm married and my husband. Okay, okay. So if I was in that unpleasant situation, honestly, I would need time. I don't. I mean, you break my trust. Okay. So, what's your answer? He's saying it's not the same when you're in a relationship versus a marriage. If your husband stepped out on you, it's not the same as you're just in a girlfriend and boyfriend relationship and they step out on you. We ain't married. We ain't got no ties. I'm just gonna walk away. I don't have to put up with your foolishness. But you're in a covenant, so you really need to take time to sit down and think about that. Do you understand? So God is saying if that happens to you in your relationship and he's telling you to stay because he's going to heal the relationship, he's going to heal the marriage, would you stay? If it's something you wanted to walk away from. God is saying if you're in a marriage and your spouse stepped out on you and you want to leave, but God is saying he wants you to stay because he's going to heal this whole marriage, would you stay? Shakara, her Lord said, I love that. He loved your answer regarding yes with time, but you have to forgive and love. I mean, if you think about it, love is patient, love is kind. I'm not saying they have the right or it's okay for them to do that. So, and I'm hearing the Lord talking about boundaries. They did it once. So you're not just gonna just be open. You're gonna to have some firm boundaries to make sure this person don't cross your boundaries again. Okay? So the father is saying divorce should be the last resort if it's something he gives you the grace to do. Again, like I'm saying, I'm not telling anybody to go divorce or anything. So if God give you the grace to walk away from that marriage and get a divorce, but God is saying that should be the last resort. Don't just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna divorce my husband just because he cheat on me." I'm not saying it's okay for nobody to cheat on you, but what is this? Another realm? But I used to think that if somebody cheat, I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to see you the same way again. I'm talking from a different realm, okay? Because now I don't know what God Elohim is doing to me. I literally have no feelings for the answer. You know how when I thought about this question before, I was able to feel stuff and think about it. Now I can't. I feel like I got no feelings. It's just a plain straight question, and my emotions are out of it. That's how I feel right now. It's like I'm not gonna use the my feelings to make the decision. So now I'm able to actually think. Okay, because your feeling can help you make wrong decision. Sometimes it can make you feel make right decision. But what you don't want to do is make decision with your feelings and then regret it later on. Is it that? He's saying, do you know that these are things you're gonna have to go through a lot as a wife? Like think about it. Even just an argument, your feelings gonna want to react, but you cannot react with your feelings because you might say something to that man that ruined that marriage. You can't take back something you say. So that is something you wanna ask Elohim for the grace to do. It's the child's perspective when they cheat. What do you mean, Anna? Think about it from a perspective of a child, Esther. Man, I'm gonna tell you. I'm literally thinking about it. God is saying you're gonna have to kill the flesh as a wife. Wow. I don't know how he's doing this. I'm literally these things would make me upset and angry. Like just think about your husband cheating with another woman. Are you kidding me? But I can't feel nothing. It's like my emotions are gone. I'm emotionless right now. And that's how it feels to actually be mature with your emotions. Like you're not reacting with your emotions. It's not that you're gonna sit and take it, but you're gonna be mature with this decision. All right, let me go talk to Elohim about this. Wow. So he's saying, can you manage? He's saying this is grown people conversation. Now this is grown people session. Can you manage to be a man? Because man and woman are not the same. What do you mean? A man thinks different from a woman. Okay, I know what he means. I know what he means. I'm gonna tell you a simple question that the father asked me. Now he told me his sons are like ABCs. Like they're literally so simple, but we overthink regarding them. Like they're hiding something or something. We're thinking about them as we think about ourselves. But I saying they're like ABC, but think about all those letters you have to blend and the P and the Y that makes the word full and the PSY that says side. ABC is not easy. And the Lord said to me, how did you go from ABC to the most complex thing? That's how we think. We solve problems. Like we go to the most weirdest thing that can happen that need to figure out. But men don't think like that. They're like, well, let me let always Elohim speak about his son, because I've been noticing some things about men recently, and even about women. Their traits are different, but they're some of them are very common in man versus woman. Okay, I thought. Okay, before I read that, let me finish. Lord, go ahead. All right, Kadawashi. Okay. The father said, "I would never force you to stay in a marriage. If there's abuse or something that is not mature, why would I allow you to stay with somebody who cheats on you every night? I can bless you with a husband, but I can't force them to be mature." He's saying, so don't have that mindset before your wedding, okay? All right, now let's continue to the question about if you could be a man. Do you think you could be a man? Like, because God is saying, They're not like us, okay? Mechanically, how God created them, they're not like us. Right? So let me give you an example. I have a friend. Jeez, I just saw lightning flash. Okay. So I have a family member, right? And I know this girl. She's a very beautiful girl, and I know she know God. You know, she have her life together and stuff. And I was thinking that this is a nice girl for this person, and you need to like step up to her plate to make sure. Oh my God! I open my mouth and talk. When I tell you pride, 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 and first of all, he thinks he's all that and a bag of snacks. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I wasn't expecting him to come off like that. They put themselves on a pedestal. Now, what else do they do? What else you want to say, boy? So he's saying there's something about my sons that you don't know. Ego. Ego builds their confidence. Okay. All right. But women think ego is prideful. So you see the difference here? Huh. So it's saying my sons like to show off. Okay. They desire compliments and they don't like disrespect. Perhaps they cheat to boost their ego. I heard a lot say that's not a mature question because they should not be cheating. Okay. So yeah, that no, like use something, compliment them for taking out the trash. Man, you're the strongest man I ever seen. I never seen nobody leave that garbage bin. And God is saying that's where femininity comes in, right? Yeah, it's very weird. Okay, so what I realized this, the Holy Spirit highlighted this to me. When I see men present, I act different. And it's automatically, I don't really think about it. It's just like something shifts. Why? Why, Lord? Okay, he's saying because that's because of how I create you to be. You're supposed to be alluring to the opposite sex. I'm not saying to go flirt and all that, but you're supposed to look nice. You're supposed to look alluring. You're supposed to adorn yourself, right? What? All right, so here's what the Lord was telling me. So this guy came to my gate. He was American. I didn't really see his face properly, but I didn't really see my face properly. But he was looking at me, but he couldn't really see me. I glimpsed him, but I didn't really see him, right? So even though he couldn't see me, God was saying my posture is different from the people here in Jamaica. Like it's true. I am Jamaican, but their posture is different. Okay, a lot of people. What do I want to say? Okay, so I have like elegance. Okay, like I look really elegant. Jamaican people just nice. There's some very elegant people and stuff, but I don't know. Everywhere I go, I stand out. I'm not even lying. All right, so I go to the mall. I go to the plaza. Everybody looking at me. Why? That's what God means about my present. Anyway, God, the father was like, "Oh, he's a potential." I'm like, "You're right." I wasn't thinking about that. What did he say? He's saying I wasn't ready to present myself. Okay, he was standing there, but I didn't go out and say, "Okay, Lord, where you going with this?" He said to be ready because it's rushed. Okay. Okay, first of all, I wasn't I had on like a tie head, but my clothes was nice and my pants was nice. And I always look beautiful regardless, okay, even though I had on a tie head. But I didn't want him to see me because okay, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Oh my god. I'm cutting. What do you mean? Can you hear me? I'm breaking up. Hi, man in Christ. Yeah, men have a lot of ego. So and it was like the man was eyeing you. The boy was eyeing Queen-Esther, but Queen-Esther run. I'm glad he didn't see me because See, I'm not gonna go say hi to nobody. No. I bet it okay. So I was ready, but I wasn't ready, but I wasn't looking for nobody out here. Okay, so it's okay. That's not godly to cheat and be deceitful, right? Tara, I heard Lord say you should be open to more candidates because there's a lot looking at you. Who me? I, I'm sassy when I need to be sassy. I have always loved how sassy you are. Oh. No, but I'm not even lying. Okay, okay. I was on a mission that day. I was focused on my mission. I didn't see anybody else. I was just focused on my target. But the Lord was like, "You're so focused on your target. Everybody else is looking at you, but you're looking at one person, right?" He's saying Queen Esther can have anybody she desire, but she doesn't want to receive the what? The one person that love her, she don't want to receive. I don't know what Elohim is talking about. Okay? And he's saying some of you have that same posture. There's somebody who's literally in love with you, but you just don't love them. The father is saying if a millionaire fell in love with you the first time they saw you, what would you do? Why you have to make this about a millionaire? Oh, God is saying no. Why wouldn't you want a millionaire man that treats you as a queen? Because he's not perfect. He's saying Queen Esther should receive a husband so she can give me glory. Me. Anybody looking for a wife? I don't know. It's God is saying the person know him in realms. They know God. They're not perfect, but they know God. Listen, I can't. This kingdom spouse thing, this okay, this marriage thing, forget this whole kingdom spouse thing. Listen, I ain't Queen-Esther ain't in no rush. I'm coming in here talking about rush delivery. Your marriage is rush delivery, okay? You better be ready and don't run, okay? That's one option, Lord, okay? If he is a millionaire, that don't matter, but he gotta be my millionaire. God chose I don't want to marry wrong. All right, well, God is giving you the grace, right? All right, so if you ask God for something, okay, God said if you ask him for a specific husband and something okay come along, would you take it? Oh, you saying you really love these answers. If a millionaire came, as a matter of fact, let's put it up. If a millionaire came into the picture and fell in love, I would be open as long as he is active in God's kingdom doing his work. Okay. Oh, I love that one. All money ain't good money. And that's exactly why Queen-Esther don't settle because you're a millionaire. Yeah, I turned on millionaire before. What? First of all, no. Not because you got money, I have my own money. Okay. You see, when you have your own money, again, I don't even know how to reach millionaire. Okay, because I don't know about you, but I don't want no man who can. I'm not gonna settle for a husband, basically. But one time when I thought, oh my gosh, no, okay, when I was younger, I used to always, I want a rich husband, a rich millionaire, no, no, no. But I came across millionaires, and if I don't like their attitude, it's no. Why? Because I have my own money. God's my provider. I'm not settling for no millionaire because of their money. Okay, that's why I've been waiting for 10 years. Oh man. Okay, okay. So there's settling, and then there's what's the word, Lord? And then okay, huh? Okay, God is saying don't compromise just to be married. All right, that's true. It's been 10 years and I want a husband. I'm not gonna settle just because it's 10 years. God is saying that. So don't just compromise because years. And then what are you saying? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Compromise. So you're not gonna find a perfect husband. Okay. He said sometimes if you give them time to grow, you will get to know the true man inside. Okay, so sometimes there's some men who approach you and things, but you really don't really give them any time to really know the true man inside. Some of you just turn somebody down as they say hi. Okay, you probably know your type. All right, I'm gonna tell you something. There was this potential spouse that I met. First of all, when I came across this person picture, it wasn't my type. Okay. Well, it wasn't in a okay. First of all, I was looking on profile that says godly stuff. I need you to be religious because I was kind of religious then. I'm not saying I don't need a man of God. No, that's different. But if the profile didn't talk about God or something, I'm like, skip, right? And how I even end up on that dating website was this unction. Like, I can't explain what it is to you. Queen-Esther never went on a dating. Well, I went on a dating site just to scroll and look. But I felt something say to go sign up for one of these things. And I did share my testimony one time. Yeah, but yeah. The person, okay, the person was it wasn't the typical. people I talked to, but I was open to talking to other people, right? At this point, I don't even know what Queen-Esther was, but I felt this thing in my spirit just says, he wrote one little line on his profile, like, I'm a beautiful person, or get to know me, or something like that. It wasn't nothing religious, right? It felt like the Holy Spirit said, click it. I clicked the thing and it said yes. I was so shocked that this person even matched with me. I was like, what? I wasn't paying any attention. I just went on. But the person messaged me and I was talking to this person. Again, there was no type of feelings, no desire to even be with this person or thinking of nothing. No. We was just, and this is how you have to be open to meeting new people. You never know what can happen. I'm not saying to just settle for any bum or anything that cross your way because you want to be married. No, but you can be open to going on dates with people as friends. You could just go on date to grow as a person. I remember when the Lord told me that, I'm like, I'm not going to date no man. Next thing I go fall in love with them. Because I was standing for somebody, right? So I was talking to this person, and we was just talking, and similar, interestingly, we had something in common that we actually bonded over, right? And then me and the person was talking, and he was a very beautiful person, gentleman. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you all my business, okay? But if I just went off of my eyes, I would have missed what's truly in the person. Like, he was a beautiful person on the inside, but how would I know that if I haven't given him a chance to like talk? Do you understand? So some of you judge them by their looks or their age, but if you allow them to show you who they really are, you probably fall in love with the actual person and not what you see. Get what I'm saying? All right. You're right. We want marriages, not weddings. Relationship is not good enough. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. You see, when you meet a real man, a real gentleman, a real man, you will never, ever, ever, ever settle for less than. They have to come up, man. Like, no. I remember when I was younger, I used to so focus on their beauty and all that. Now, uh, they have to come up to Queen-Esther. I'm not gonna lie. I thought there was this person that I met. The boy was alluring. Okay, nice looking eyes, ears, hair, not ears. And then first of all, he was a counterfeit because I was not supposed to be talking to this person. I heard a lot say, don't talk to anybody because, yeah, all right. But I'm like, yeah, I'm just hearing stuff. I was just being Queen-Esther. So, you know, ice striking and everything. And then I'm having a conversation with this boy, with this man, and I'm like, no, 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 no. He likes women that are what's that word, Lord? A bibliophile. You know, when you read books, he likes smart women and all that. But I was having a conversation with him, doing all my research to talk to this boy with some big words. And he talked like a high schooler. I was so mad. I'm like, I can't have a, I mean, honest, no, we did have a little, some mature conversation, but it was just friendly. But he had some very immature things. And he was just not the man that, he was not a man for me. Again, he is not immature in every realm, but I met a real man before, real gentleman. Then, and he was not that, and I was not going below that. So you're gonna have to bring the standard up or above. I'm not. No, I'm not settling. I'm sorry about that one. So no, that's spilling no tea. But again, I don't want to share his business. Can I talk about that a lot? I'm gonna tell you how men cheat for no reason. Okay, I'm gonna talk about somebody. I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not calling no name. So I was talking to this person, and he told me that he cheated on his girlfriend for no, because his intimacy life was boring. And he told her he wanted her to spice it up and all these things. And I'm like, okay. But he cheated on her. He slept with another woman, but he has no connection with this other woman. He just wanted sex a different way. But he feels nothing for her. And I'm like, okay, I didn't judge him. Okay, no, I'm thinking about it. Girl, you crazy. I'm not judging him. But if you're telling her, okay, that's not the point. The point is he did it because he said he was bored, but he doesn't even love this woman. There's no connection with this woman. Okay, a lie. Lie, lie, lie. I think he said the woman was his therapy. Uh he know the woman in some way, shape, or form. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember. And he told me that the woman he cheated on is he has a okay, I'm just gonna say wife. He has a wife. He's been with this girl for like 5 years. And he's saying he was bored in the bedroom with her, so he cheated on her with a woman that's like a I think he said the woman was a 4 or a 2 or a 4, but he have a woman at home that takes care of him, holding it down and all that. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. Lord, why am I telling them this? To understand the difference about men and women. Okay, me, there's no way I could go lay down in no bed with nobody there when there's no emotional connection and stuff like that. Okay. And this is why I'm not saying what they're doing is okay, right? Okay, Lord, I feel like I'm about to go in a hole that I'm not trying to go in. Where am I trying to go? He's saying sometimes they cheat and there's no emotion attached to it, and they think it's okay because they're not emotionally attached to the person. But it's wrong. Do you understand? But why do they think like that? He said, "My sons are not women, but he know how them think, how they think. But we gonna have to." He said, "I have to spend time to sit down and listen to what he has to say about his son because I was watching an interview, and he was saying that until he's ready to settle down with a woman that he truly love, okay, until he's married, he think it's okay to just sleep with other women because there's no emotional attachment." And I'm looking like, what? Okay, so he cheated on the girl. The girl broke up with him, and he was hurt because the girl broke up with him. But he cheated on the girl, but he wanted the girl to forgive him because there was no emotional attachment. I was like, what? Lord, I'm not trying to go in this realm. I don't understand, man. All right, so I'm hearing the Lord say, my sons have reason to cheat sometimes, but that's not that. But that does not mean I'm okay with it. Now, what do you mean? Okay, he's saying it's not the right thing for them to do, but sometimes women give them reason to do it. They shouldn't cheat, period. But sometimes you, woman, give them reason to do it. Okay, what do you mean? Stop telling my sons no. Sex is a gift. All right. So a lot of time women can be petty regarding their body. No, you did this to me, so I'm not gonna give you none tonight. Those are reason. Those are things, childish things, mature adults do in relationship that makes their man step out. Are they supposed to do it? No. But you don't want to give your husband reason to cheat. We talking about husband here. We're not talking about no boyfriend. Okay. No, what are you saying, Lord? God is saying if you hold it down, they can do the same thing as well. Like, you see what I'm talking about here? He's saying it's the way they think, and some of them just don't care. Now you have to play your cards right as a wife, okay? You have to give them boundary as a wife, right? I am okay with sexual intimacy anytime as long as I'm not ill, okay? Those are things that can build your marriage, that can build your relationship. Femininity is also very powerful. When you're alluring, they just look at you. Oh, what that mean? All right, so he's telling me to give you an example. There's this man that I met at a store. Okay, he's just a friend, but when he sees me, I just see him as a friend. I'm not thinking nothing of the other than friend. But I never really noticed these things because I just see him as a friend. But for some reason, I guess he's playing his cards right. When he sees me, his posture changes. He basically tell everybody to move out the way when Queen-Esther show up. I'm not even joking, but I don't really take this as nothing because I don't see him as my husband or nothing. Do you understand? I'm like, okay, he's he's a gentleman. I have to say that. No, wait, where am I going with this, Lord? Okay, he's saying their demeanor changes when they love a woman. Okay. Yeah, he's saying he loves me, but I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I wasn't focused on that or paying attention to that. Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I never seen a human being that acts. It's called different realm. Okay. When he's with children, he acts totally different. When he sees me, he acts totally different. When he okay, Lord, I feel like I'm tapping into something right here. I'm really just noticing this. What? Oh, you really didn't do that to me? Listen, Elohim is stepping on some of our toes today. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what he's saying. Oh, Kadawashi, I love what you said to Tara. Now we ain't fixing nothing. Okay, that's actually she's actually not lying. It's not our okay. God can use you to help heal that man. Okay, then there's helping God using you to heal, and there's some sisters that trying to fix man that's don't want to be fixed by you. Like that's a whole different story. All right, Elohim job. We just we just support. Oh my god, yeah, I'm loving these. I'm loving these response. Oh wait a minute, right? Tara, I've heard it hearing the Lord say he wants you to come tell him what a real man is. All right. Listen, I'm about to drop this. I'm about to drop the link. Okay. I'm about to drop the link. You can come on. I want you to tell me what a real man is. Why you say that? God said there's been a lot of real man. But because we don't know what a real man is, we miss them. All right, hold this go again. Hold on. Uh, Lord, where is it? Oh, invite. You hear that? The Father saying, if you do this every day, you will know that you will never have to settle for a man. You hear that? Cutter, I heard the Lord say, I can use you to fix that man for my glory. So you're both not wrong. No, are you hearing the loud music? Because I don't know why everybody turning on their music now. Esther, could you please talk to God about me whenever you have time? I'm tired. It just feel like I don't know where to go from here. Annie, I heard the Lord say, I want you to know me as your first love, and you will know that you don't need a man. He said to spend more time with me, and you will grow in realms. Like you will grow in maturity, you will grow, and you can hear him. Listen, there's some dreams that I'm scared of Elohim in. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm like, no, I'm not listening. Okay, so the more you spend time with it, listen, I don't know about you, I spend hours just sitting down and listening, thinking, okay, Queen-Esther, you're just crazy, you listening to yourself. No. No, think about it. If he take you from A to Z, you could tap into different realms and stuff. But I'm telling you, if God's supposed to take you from A to Z, you're probably gonna run because you're gonna be like, oh, on earth. All right, okay. No, I'm not gonna say that. Probably the dreams I have is different. Okay, so you just want to be open and spend time. Be intentional. Again, if you want him to tell you his secret, you have to be his best friend. Think about it. You tell your best friend a lot of things. Okay. She's saying she's scared of me when I'm trying to be mature. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes he talks to me about some things and it scares me. Okay, because I'm like, am I hearing myself? Am I hearing something that I'm not supposed to be hearing? He has different realms. There's realms where Elohim is the Holy Spirit, but when you're talking to him as Elohim, he's very, very, very mature and he can tell you things that make you think you're probably hearing some demonic spirit or something. I'm not saying to entertain demonic spirit. No. He said to spend more time with him and he will tell you everything you need to know. Oh, here's Tara coming on. All right, so the question is, all right, let me mute myself because these people making noise.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I just realized the question the Lord told me to ask you is to what is a real man to you? What do you describe as a real man? He's saying a man, not a potential.
Well, you want a man to be like God, um, Adam, Boaz, like the prophets of the Bible.
Okay, he's saying, I want you to tell me the character of a real man, their character.
Character, morals is the main character. respect, self love, and dignity. The pride needs to be diminished in order for them to succeed of having a kingdom wife, because they settle for what is lower than sand. The thing is with counterfeits, they want to settle for it because they're easy to handle, but they really want something more. But I feel like they have fear and anxiety of advancing into that.
Hmm. What is it, Lord? Okay, so you really love the answer that you gave at the end. Like some like mature woman intimidates them, so they settle for the counterfeit. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and exactly. They're intimidated by women that are educated because they feel like that their standards doesn't meet up to their standards, especially if there is a woman that brings more income to the household, and they feel defeated by that. They don't feel that it's a partnership, because in the Bible they're supposed to lead, but if because of circumstances, women cannot have control if they're blessed by the Lord as Adam's rib in order to succeed education and career wise. So that's what causes delay of these marriages, because they feel like I said, the counterfeit is more easy to deal with. They can tell them what to do. They can cuss them out like a dog. They can walk onto them like a doormat, get another woman for another sexual desire and still not satisfied. So it's like a revolving door of unhappiness. And then when they're ready to come back to the main prodigal, which is us, the kingdom wife or kingdom husband, they're so defeated with their ego, their pride, confidence, and with God, we gotta build it back up and still forgive. You can't have any bitterness, no anguish, no animosity, no volatile behavior, or anything that will cause it to cause it, because that's what the enemy wants. They want that to happen when they come together, because God wants it together, but the enemy wants to break that. So we gotta pray and for our kingdom spouses, our prodigals that were meant to be in our lives, because we try to date and move on and we see what's out there, especially with my experience, because I'm in this kingdom marriage journey, and you see that a lot of these counterfeits, they're not even trying. Like I said in the chat, they don't even want to make the effort. They think that they buy you dinner, you got to go home with them. They don't want to even meet you for coffee. They want you to come to the house to say, oh, I'll cook for you. I don't know where you've been. You don't know if they try to poison you and drug you, and then next you know they take advantage of you, and then you're dealing with that spirit of spiritual husband. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it, the definition, where is both ways, where it has to be an effort of it. Amen.
All right. So this is a lot. Okay, so it's saying that is not the real definition of a good man. Okay, but and the question the Lord gave me to ask you while he was talking. So he's saying he wants you to know that there's more to man than just ego. Okay? And he's saying if you are in that situation regarding the education part, because that's a different realm, how would you present yourself to a man to not come off as trying to be the head or rubbing things in his face that I make more money than you, I have 5 college degrees and things like that. Because if you know the word, they are supposed to be the head and you're still supposed to submit to them. So if you're coming from the perspective of the kingdom, that shouldn't change their role in the marriage.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, okay. That's very true. But if you came with the morals of being taught, you still allowed them to lead. But I guess because you already accelerated when you met them, that's when they feel, intimidated. Of course, I will let them lead and still be submissive and be supportive. But at the same time, if it's like a differential when you're naturally gifted and you already had these gifts before you met them, but you're not rubbing them in their face, you just naturally have them.
All right, so I'm hearing the Lord say those are boys' answer. If you have a real man, he would like help to build you and he would support wherever you are. He wouldn't see that as a threat. So, and this is the question he's bringing me back to ask you. He wants you to tell him what a real man is. Like, who do you see as a real man? Forget their flaws. If I want a real man that's a gentleman, I want them to have these qualities, these characters, these morals. What do you describe as a real man that I want to marry to me like right now? Like this is the man I want.
Um, I said family morals. That's very important because you want to know what type of family they come from and their faith, of course. We serve God, Elohim, so that's very important. Um, as well as character. What are they passionate about? What are their goals as well?
All right, so I'm hearing the Lord say a real man. The first thing, what do you say, Lord? Their first role is to provide and protect. Okay. All right, and now it's bringing me back this video that I saw today. This woman was at work working, right? And she forgot her personal hygiene stuff at home. And she was calling her boyfriend to bring it to her, but she called him over 30 times, but he didn't answer the phone because he was home playing games with his friend and smoking.
Mm,
That's the character of a boy. So if you have a man, even though those things you should have as a woman on you, but things can happen. She probably run out. A real man would have answered that woman's phone, I mean her call, and showed up with her personal items and give her a hug and take her home and stuff like that. But I saw this woman went home, argue with the guy and his friend. They eat the children's snacks, they smoke, and it was like nothing. She was just they didn't even the guy didn't even blink at her. So I would not marry somebody like that. That's a boy. So when God is talking about a man versus what is a real man, he's highlighting their posture as well, their character. They can have good morals and not be a man. Do you understand?
hmm
So if you really want to know what a real man is, you're gonna have to spend time in the secret place because what I consider a real man, you can consider something else, right? So everybody is different, okay? The roles doesn't change biblically. Provide, protect, lead. But then there's something that you desire that you see as in a man that you desire, and there's something else that I can desire. I like gentleman. I don't like rough man. Some women like rough man because it makes them look more manly and stuff like that. That's what those are like characters that you like personally. But you're saying there should be like a big five things that you won't settle for. You won't settle for a man without a job. That's not a man. I'm not saying that things can happen and like men lose their job, but if you're supposed to provide and protect, you don't have a job. What's the like? Do you understand? What am I gonna do? Again, they cannot have a job, but they can make up in other area. But that's up to you if you want to settle. Okay. He's saying, I'm not gonna give you a man that can provide or protect, but it's your choice to not settle. Okay, he can give you a man that provide and protect, and maybe in what of Lord, and they're still not perfect. So you have to know what you want in a man. A lot of you say, I want God to choose for me, God to choose for me. That's good. But so when sometimes God present a man in front of you, you don't know that this is a man because you don't really know what a man is. So some of you need to spend time in the secret place and ask God what a man look like, what a man should be for me, what do I want in a man? Do you understand what is a real man? Because some of you grow up again. Influence is very important. Okay, some of you have had influence growing up, and influence can make you think that a man should be like this when it's the opposite. Okay, Maybe you see your auntie, your cousin date man that just smoke and just do regular stuff, and you think that's okay, that's a man because they always come back home to me anyway. But when you're more mature and you're elevated in the realm of the spirit and with God, He will teach you what a man is and what not to settle for. Okay. And when you're mature, you will realize that marriage is more than just a ring. Because I remember I almost got married once because I just want to be married. And now I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't marry then because I would have probably been divorced, to be honest. Because I wasn't ready for marriage. I wasn't mentally ready for marriage. And even now, I'm still growing. I'm still growing. Okay. Marriage is a sacrifice. It's not just a walk in the park. Okay. So that's the first thing you need to know. A lot of you are willing to settle for marriage for because you just want to be in a relationship because you want love, but it has to be built on the foundation. You have to have a purpose for your marriage. You have to know the why. So when hard times come up, you're gonna remember, why am I even married to this man? Why I want a walk away? Why I won't allow the devil to ruin my marriage? So you're gonna have to have a why. You have to know the purpose for your marriage. I remember when I in the beginning I just wanted to be married, and God had to highlight to me the importance of family. Like, it's not just for you. That's the plus side of it, but it's more than just saying I do. It's about family, it's about purpose, it's about being the influence, it's about breaking bloodline curse. Like, think about it. You have children, you're in a marriage, and this is why you don't want to just marry anybody. You don't want to go in an abusive marriage. Your children see this thing, now it affects them, and they treat their wife the same way. So you don't just want to settle in a marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing when you're mature and ready for it. That's what I'm going to say. And I want to talk about somebody I met. I met a man that was ready. No, actually, I met a man that I saw as a husband, but I wasn't I wasn't mature. I wasn't mature enough for this man. And now I'm looking back at it, all the stuff that I couldn't see because I wasn't mature then, I see it now. And I'm like, oh my God, how could I do this? But sometimes it's a lesson and you don't have to take it as a blessing. All right. So sometimes you ask God to open door and the door open prematurely. And if you're not ready, you can ruin it. And it's the same with marriage. If you're not ready for marriage, you need to take time. First of all, if you think you need a husband and you cannot live without a relationship, you're not ready for marriage. If you think you cannot live by yourself for 1 year, you need some time with yourself. I spend so much time with myself when it comes to marriage. I'm thinking about it. Do I really want to get married? Because I like my free time. Like, when you give yourself time to stay single, your single season is a blessing. Okay. When you give yourself enough time to heal and to grow and to know God, you realize that, all right, marriage is a desire. God is my first love. I do desire marriage. Notice I say desire because some of you think I need a marriage, or I need a man, or I need to be in a relationship. And this is why a lot of you are settling. Some of you need to don't settle. You have something written down. You thinking this man can become that thing, and some of you are settling. You can't change a man, okay? I'd rather get a man with the right heart that wear old clothes and ugly clothes because I can get him new clothes. But I can't force a man to love me. Do you understand? And that's something a lot of women don't understand. You're giving this man your all, but you cannot force a man to love you. And and this is why you have to actually understand what love is. Some of you think somebody love you, but it's actually abuse. Some of you are in some relationship that you should not be in. Some of you are literally settling because you don't know your worth. You don't know your value. You think you can do better. Me, probably a couple years ago, I would like when somebody a millionaire. Oh, yeah, I would be so open. Now I know my worth and value. I'm not just gonna open my heart to you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now let's talk about character as a wife. I'm sorry, I'm outside, so if you're hearing noise, it's yeah. So character as a wife, okay? You need to be the wife now before you see the ring on your finger, okay? Oh, so the father is saying, all right, so the guy I was talking about that says he's in love with me, the father is saying he see me as a wife, but I wasn't looking for a husband. Do you understand? I
Yes.
okay, when I present, okay, first of all, I didn't present myself. I was just being Queen Esther. But the Lord told always tell us to be ready, right? He is a gentleman and all that. But when I saw him in the store, he didn't present himself as a husband. I wasn't even looking for a husband. He looks, I couldn't tell if he was homeless or if he was a regular. Yeah, okay, but he was a hidden millionaire. Okay, so this is why you should not like judge people a book by cover. I don't know if he have that demeanor to trick people or what, but I was just being a kind person. I look beautiful, and he said to me, "It's a privilege to be staring at such beauty." Something like that. He said to me. I didn't take it as nothing because I wasn't looking for this. He's just a regular man. Okay, and then he said to me, he's fixing his house around the corner and he's into real estate and all that. But I heard when the Lord said to me, don't cast your pearls before swine. But I wasn't looking for nothing, so I didn't really take it as nothing, right? Now, if I didn't present myself as a wife, that opportunity I would have missed. Do you understand?
Hmm. Yes.
So God is saying to some of y'all, all you ladies, you need to stop asking him for a husband and not be ready. Okay? Okay, he's saying like, no, I was ready. I was just not, yeah. Tara, the Lord is saying, how many men or guys approach you regarding marriage?
They have not approached me with marriage. They but asked me out, but then they said, "Oh, I can make dinner for you at my house." That's what they would approach. I mean, there
You
was
never,
one guy that I was dating that the prodigal we talked about it, and then now it's a separation, so because he's with a counterfeit. But when I was trying to go into the dating pool, it was always like a dead end, very stagnant, but still consistent with these online apps and stuff like that. And I feel like it's still the same revolving door with that.
I heard the Lord say, so are you settling?
No, not for the nonsense.
He's saying, what do you desire regarding the dating realm?
I am marriage material, so I do settle for kingdom marriage, and that's what I really want.
No, he's talking about in their character. Okay, so you want a man to wine and dine you. There's nothing wrong with that. Is this person whining and dine you like you say somebody asks you out, but they invite you to their house?
Hmm.
Is this somebody you know?
Oh, these were guys that I met online, and when they met, they said, "Oh, after dinner, they said, why don't you come to my house?" And I said, thankfully, because they would offer to pick me up, I said, I don't really know them for them to pick me up. I said I would drive and meet them there.
Right.
So because as a woman, you're not gonna first when you met them have me pick them up. I don't know what the intentions are.
So that's where you set boundaries after the date. So
Hmm.
if somebody say, "Oh, would you like to come to my house after a date?" What was your response? No.
I would tell them, I said, it's the first time of us meeting, and I don't feel comfortable going to your house after meeting you because this is the first encounter.
If it's somebody you're interested with and you would want to go on another date, here's what you say. This is why this is okay. So when God say marriage and be open, you actually do need strategy and to understand how to store their heart. All right. No, I rather not come to your house on the first date. Now you see that that's giving them boundaries than just
Hmm.
closing the door because there might be somebody you actually get to know and probably get married. Like when you tell them that it just everything just end right there.
When I tell them that, respectfully, I'm not comfortable with meeting you at your house the first day, I make that very clear. I said we can go for coffee. Some of these The men, they have children. I understand. That's why I said, do you want to go meet for coffee? I'll eat and settle for that. And they said, oh no, you can come
So,
to.
right, let me teach you something that the Lord taught me. You have to know how to set boundaries with
Hmm.
maturity without making them feel small as a man, because they have ego. So
Hmm.
say somebody want to invite me to their house on a first date. I'm gonna tell them where I want to go with maturity. No, I rather go to. I rather. When you say I rather, it doesn't come off as immature, pushy, or bossy. So some of you all need to take notes, because when God opened the door, you're gonna have to know how to talk to this man. You're gonna have to know how to store their heart. Okay. Again, some of these men are douche, so you're not gonna even waste your time.
Hmm.
But the ones that might be potential, when you know how to talk to them, the ones that have character, they're gentlemen, they will give you what you desire. Do you understand?
Hmm.
Right. I remember when I was okay, I wasn't the best. Okay. So I met people before. Now I could say I rather, okay, first of all, I'm not gonna settle, but I would rather go to, you have to let them treat you how you want to be treated. Okay. If you want them to take you out so you can see their taste in restaurant, because some of you could meet some mature man that want to take you to some expensive fine dining restaurant, right, to get to know you, but you're looking at the menu and the price and you be like, oh, he probably could afford, I could afford, he could afford $50 and all that. Again, when you show up to a date, make sure you show up with more than enough money to cover whatever you're paying. But a gentleman would offer to pay for your food, and I'm not going to say no thank you. Sure,
Hmm.
go ahead. That's femininity, okay? So there's a lot of realms that we have to grow in regarding marriage. It's not just, oh, kingdom marriage. God says my husband and that's it. You're gonna have to put the work in. You're gonna have to be ready mentally. You're gonna have to be ready physically, spiritually. All right. And one thing I'm gonna say, do not carry any man in the realm of the spirit as your husband if God is telling you to not do that. If God is leading you to do that, then go ahead and do so, okay? Because some of you are gonna be upset that you're carrying this man and then they go and off and do something else that God told them not to do. So that's something you want to know too. All right, so the Lord would like, thank you so much, Tara, for answering that question and giving your perspective and what a gent and what a man is, a real man is, a true man. All right, so the Lord wants somebody else to give an answer of what a real man is. If you are open to coming on, I would like somebody else to volunteer and come on to tell what a real man is and what you desire. Like, what is a real man for me right now? Okay. All right. Okay. So, Tara, I'm hearing the Lord say this is your assignment for today. He wants you to talk to him about what a real man is about. Okay. He wants you to talk to him more regarding a real man. Okay.
Yes. Amen.
Oh, he said he sent potential. That's why he asked you the questions that he told me to ask you. All right. So thank you, Tara. If you don't mind now, I'm gonna invite somebody else. So thank you for coming on.
All
Uh,
right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right.
All right. So I love some of the things she's Tara said is very, she went in some different realm with some of her answers, the independent and the educational, but the Lord will give us more knowledge about man because he created them, right? So I want somebody else to come on to tell me what a real man is to them. What do you think a real man is? What should a real man be for you? Okay, because God is going to open some of your eyes that you've been literally in the presence of some real man, but you're looking at the wrong things because you don't know the posture of a real man. Are you stepping on my toe, Elohim? All right, so there's the link. All right, so Tatenda, can you come on and give the answer? Because the Lord is highlighting your name. Banner. All right, thank you. All right, so let me read Road to Roy answer. Is it? A real man for me is someone who loves and listens to the Lord, who loves me, prays for me, and plays with me. What do you mean by play with you? All right, that's actually cute. Okay. A man who is intelligent, caring, family oriented, and ready to lead a home. All right, I love that answer. Okay, Lord, what you have to say about it? Wow. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. The Lord just blew my mind right now. He said that's the character of a real man. There's real man and there's the characters of a real man. So what's the answer? You want me to answer? What is a real man? I'll answer later. All right, I'm hearing the Lord say a real man knows his wife needs and desire. Okay. All right, so let me add, let me make her introduce herself. So, good evening.
Hi.
Now, you go ahead and introduce yourself because I don't want to say the wrong name.
Hi, Queen-Esther. I'm Tatenda.
So,
How are you?
Tinder
Tatenda.
to tender. Oh, that's
Literally,
good.
how you spell it is how it sounds like ta and then add the number 10 and then duh, but put it all together. Tatenda.
That's unique. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. It's Zimbabwe.
All right. Oh, nice. So all right, so I heard the Lord say he wants you to introduce yourself and tell the people what is your definition of a real man, what you think a true man is.
Okay. I guess my definition of a real man is someone that's spiritually in tune with you as a human being. At the end of the day, you have the same principles in life that you are working towards. When it comes to kingdom marriage, you both know one another's assignments in God's kingdom, and you both can help one another achieve those assignments. Um, Also, when it comes to the foundation of procreation, someone who has a strong family foundation and roots upon family. As a man, you want someone who for a man, you want someone who can be a provider, um, and also a protector. But within those limitations, someone that is, regardless of your career path, can respect who you are as a woman based off of God's given talents that He has blessed you with, and is not going to interfere with your trajectory and potential in life, and can also be comfortable with who you are while you are comfortable as who He is in His own lane, and be able to come together and create the next generation of God's children. Um, and I feel like it's really hard this day and age to find that when you're dating, because society has just polluted, what the definition of a real man is or what a real woman is based off of entertainment and what we see is ideal. Even when you go to church too, some of those shallow, superficial expectations we have, whether it's beauty standards, finances, at the end of the day, you really just want someone that's spiritually in tune with you and is healthy and is honest and humble. Humility goes a long way because it's really hard to be vulnerable with any human being, but then let alone a spouse, someone you got to live the rest of your life with, let alone eternity. It's something where you really have to find someone that's honest, and is comfortable being honest with you about things you don't like, things you do like in that space. I don't know if I'm making sense.
All right. Wow, that's a beautiful answer. So I heard the Lord say He give you an 8.5. That's a very mature answer. It's more of a definition than like giving description of their character.
Okay.
Okay. I love that you touch on every little aspect, and I love that you talk about the how the standard of like the perfection, and they just focus on the wrong things. All right. Now, he's saying being spiritually inclined as a believer is very important, but
Hmm.
sometimes his daughters can be very religious regarding husband and married, and that's sometimes they miss the bigger picture of the person, like the character and the heart and the drive of the person.
Hmm.
And this is why it's important for you to be their role model in the spiritual area, because a lot of, okay, let me use me as an example. The
Okay.
first time I stepped out after knowing God and stuff, opening to knowing people, I was so religious. If they didn't have like spiritual stuff on their profile, I'm not clicking it. So, and actually, I have to say, I crossed some boundaries regarding that area. It's like I was forcing it on the person to like be spiritual mature. Do you? And it actually came up. Now I'm looking back at it, it was like more immature on my hand. But I did want you to know that I serve God and we need to be on the same page and all that. But I didn't have to force it. Sometimes you can marry to someone that you're more spiritually mature than that person, but your way of life, your character is what brings them closer to Christ. So that is something God wants some of you to be open to. God can use you to bring that man closer to Christ. So that's why he's saying to don't be too religious. I'm not saying you are. He's not saying you are. But that's one thing he's highlighting. Don't be too religious if he's highlighting somebody to you. Again, he can't force you, but he can present somebody who you desire because he knows their heart. That don't mean you should settle, okay?
Okay. That's really good advice because I feel
Right.
like nowadays, if you are really focused on developing yourself spiritually and getting to the next level within God's kingdom, you want your partner on the same wavelength, and it's tough. It's really tough, when it comes to um sifting through the presentable fake counterfeits that are out in society right now.
Okay, so the father is saying there's non-believers. He's not talking about that. And he's saying that there's believer who needs to be more mature.
Okay.
So, like, think about it. Think about all the characters and stuff lined up, but they just need to be more spiritual mature. You can carry that person in prayer. You can, like, think about it. When you are their wife, you can be their influence. And again, when you get married to somebody, if you don't notice, you actually become one. So if I'm on the spiritual level, they are on the spiritual level. You need to believe that until you start seeing it with your natural eyes. Again, he's not saying to settle for a spiritual immature man, because some woman married this man thinking I can change them instead of Elohim can change them and get the glory. So that's something he's also highlighting. I can tell you to marry to this man and he's not really mature as you,
Mhm.
but I can bring him to that place and I get the glory for it. So you do you understand what he's saying?
I do. I do.
Yeah, he's saying no, daughter is very, he's like proud of your hard posture for a husband. Okay.
Oh,
So
don't.
you're not married yet.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting here trying to figure out if this
He's,
particular.
I heard him say he's gonna bless you with the man you truly desire.
Okay. All right. Because right now I feel like I'm dealing with counterfeits.
He's saying she's husband ready. You're husband ready.
Oh, I am.
You're mentally mature for marriage. You have spiritual maturity. and you know what a real man is.
Oh,
He said, now don't run from the good men that I'll send to you.
okay. Okay.
He said you're also his prophet because he's going to use your marriage to win souls.
Oh, I receive. I receive. I receive.
All right. Okay, so God is saying you should be more spiritual, grounded in the realm of intimacy because there's some things He's gonna tell you about your husband. Okay.
Okay. Could you add?
He said, "Don't run." It's gonna be very mature. Maybe you never have these conversation with Elohim before, but he's saying, "I can tell you how your husband should be in the bedroom," because a lot of you have these questions.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about you, because this was something I had a lot of question about this. Or what is okay, what is acceptable. But he's talking about your personal husband that he's gonna bless you with. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So he's saying he wants you to ask him about him as Elohim hidden X glory in the bedroom. All right. So when I say that, there's things about the sexual realm that a lot of believers don't know because they never really talk to God about it because they think God is not sex or something like that. Again, it's a very mature realm.
Okay.
He's hoping in this realm to you for you to win soul. He's going to tell you things about himself that a lot of people don't know. And this
Okay.
is why it's called the secret place. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
So he's saying he love how bold you are and he know he can trust you with his hidden glory.
Okay.
Not running. All right, so he said he tell me a lot of things, but I'm scared to share it. That's not true. I share all. Listen, I share a lot of things he told me. Okay, hold
Okay.
on. But there's some things that I'm like, it just takes maturity. The more intimacy you build with the Holy Spirit, I mean, the more okay. There's Elohim, there's God. It's more mature. Okay, say it. What are you trying to do? Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, no bye. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so he's saying he's going to use you to write a book called Elohim Hidden Glory in the Bedroom.
Wow. Really? Okay.
He's saying now, if you're mature, he's going to give you more. That means he's going to reveal more things to you. He's going to tell you more of his secret. Because he's saying, Queen-Esther, okay, he did tell me to write books. I am going to write the books. I just didn't start yet. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, so he's saying I'm open with any prophet. I'm open with any prophet who wants to know me as Elohim, hidden glory. So what does hidden mean? It means it's not exposed. These are secrets. So don't think because you know something and you never heard anybody with it, it's a lie. No, that's why the church is a body. There's hidden secret about God that you know that I don't know because it's a different realm. Okay. I
Okay.
have hidden glory about marriage and sex and all those things, but somebody else could have hidden glory about writing or any other topic. Okay, so when you're open and mature, again, he's not just gonna drop it on you. He's gonna test you and see what you can handle. Because he tests me all the time. Sometimes I'm open and then I'm like, oh no. It's nothing, it's not scary. It's just something okay in the realm of sex. Me, I'm zero. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
Okay.
Uh, I- yeah, I didn't really know nothing about that. Okay, so and I had a lot of questions. I don't even know if that's why he opened the realm to me, but I had like these questions, and then this girl podcast came up talking about the bedroom and that it belongs to God and all that. And then I spent a lot of time with God in that realm, and He was telling me and explained to me about intimacy and all that. And I'm like, why didn't I like think about it? He creates everything, He creates intimacy and all that, but sometimes we think He doesn't know the answer to the things we desire in that realm. So He want to give the church more answer in that realm for His glory, okay? And you know, a lot of time we watch Hollywood movies and we see, oh, they're making love, those love scenes and stuff. God is a jealous God, and He doesn't like when man take His glory. And Hollywood is one of the people that takes His glory for like intimacy.
Yeah.
Again, and I was shocked that it was okay to watch mature movies that people like make out. I'm not saying porn. No, I'm not talking about porn. Like if you're married, you could sit down and watch a mature movie with your husband that has scenes. But I try not to watch certain movies because I'm not trying to pick up what I can't manage. Okay, if I feel like I'm just gonna, you could watch these things and open doors to spirit too. So you want to be careful. You're not supposed to watch everything. If He's convicting you of a kissing scene, you don't watch it. But
Hmm.
again, everybody conviction is different. Okay.
That is true.
All right. So He's saying He wants you to know Him as His friend as well. He want to be your friend first. That's what He said.
Okay.
He said He want to be your friend a little bit more. Okay. He's saying when you know me as a friend, you will be okay with the things that I'm gonna say to you.
Okay.
So okay, so when you're his friend, when he tell you about sex, you should laugh instead of being scared. Okay.
Okay.
Like sometimes I hear things and I'm like, okay. If I tell you stuff, you're probably not. No, you're gonna believe me because you're gonna. If you believe what I'm telling you and you're open to it, he can give you the grace for that realm. Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to tell the Lord? Okay, he's saying to be ready because he's gonna reveal himself to you.
Okay.
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 So he's saying if you think you hear me, you're gonna be surprised that you can hear me better. Like I'm literally hearing. I okay. Sometimes he speaks to me in my language. Sometimes he speaks to me in Patois, Jamaican. Like there's different realm. How you act as a person, like being funny when you're your own friend or with your best friend.
Hmm.
I don't know if you have that realm, but he can act like that. So don't think. I'm just gonna say don't put him in a box because I
Oh,
don't know everything. But that's what I'm gonna say. The more you spend time with him, the more you become his friend. You're comfortable with having certain conversation with Elohim. Okay,
okay.
and he's saying this is for everyone. Now I'm hearing the Lord say He wants you to tell Him what you really want from Him because He's gonna give it to you.
Oh, family deliverance right now is like coming
Okay, that's good, but He's talking about big things as well. He said big things. What do you want?
career wise. Oh man.
Anything. No, don't tell me. He wants you to tell him. So
Oh,
you could talk to him about it and write it down, right?
okay.
Yeah, he's saying those are personal things that you don't share
Okay.
unless he's leading you to do that. But he
Okay.
wants you to write it down, okay?
It's gonna be a few pages.
Okay. Yeah, so he's saying now you have prophetic realms because you just tap into it. I remember when I was just hearing God, it's used to just be like one word. And I remember my friend be writing like one paragraph. I'm like, why am I not hearing all that word? I always talk about this. People come on saying God had a conversation with me and show me this and show. And I'm like, how come I'm not hearing all that?
Right?
Now I hear a lot of things that I did not expect to hear. So I'm more mature now. I have glory ream as a prophet. Okay. So
Okay.
when I come on here and prophesy, you should not take it lightly. You should tap into it. Okay.
Okay.
And he's saying there's angelic realm as well that you should tap into.
Okay.
Okay, I did tap into that realm one time. Well, probably a more time. So they don't serve us, they serve Elohim.
Hmm.
And I think, and we thank Elohim. So okay, I don't remember exactly what happened. Oh yeah, I declared the word, and Lord, what did you tell me to say? Oh yeah, I said minister in spirit, and then I quoted the scripture, and then I heard the angel answer. Well, again, God is the creator, so God is actually is angels. If you think about it, just as how He created us, He creates the angels, and there's different dimension, realms, and ranking of angels, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was Gabriel. That's what I heard. I was actually shocked that they actually answered me. I don't know why, because it's not something. It's not something I do all the time. But yeah, that's a realm you should ask God about. Angelic realms. They're your assistant. They work for Elohim. I mean, they serve Elohim. Okay. So, and one thing He doesn't want us to do is idolize His angels. All right.
Okay. I know He's a jealous God.
Yes. Now He's saying if you believe Him, you can hear Him as His angels.
Okay.
All right. So it's okay. So you want to Elohim? I thank you for opening hidden dimensions. Okay. When you say these things, please don't just think you're saying words and nothing is going to happen. Okay. When you
Okay.
thank Him, thank you. I tell you all the time, Thanksgiving open doors. Saying thank you open doors. If you're thanking God to open in hidden glory and dimension and realms to you, you're gonna hear something. You're gonna hear some mature. Just know something is gonna open, and you need to be ready and mature for what you're asking God to open. Again, you can run, and then He tests you again if you're ready for it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Lord, we're not going there. Okay, so I heard the Lord, I heard God as the devil before. This mind zone makes no sense to you.
Okay.
But think about it. I'm talking to, and I'm talking to everyone. Yeah, we're not supposed to worship angels. Angels can become your idols. Like, just as how we're not supposed to worship human. Okay, first of all, we're not supposed to worship anything that is not
I,
God. Okay.
yeah, I'm in agreement.
What was I talking about again? Yeah, I think I should let Elohim open that realm to you. Okay.
Can't give me a sneak preview.
Now think about hearing the enemy.
Okay.
Okay, so if you think about it, God is the creator. He creates everything,
Yes.
including the enemy. But sometimes it depends on the realms you're in. When you realize that He is the enemy and He creates the enemy, you will stop giving Satan all that power. All right. God can appear to you. Well, okay, Lord, how do I explain this to them so they understand? These are dimensions. Okay.
Okay.
He is the enemy. That's the simplest way I know to explain it to you. But you might not understand because I don't know.
I can understand if He is the creator and He created all of His children, even before pre-existence coming to Earth. You know.
Right. Like, okay, so He is everything. So you can be talking to Elohim, and then He start talking to you as anything else He creates and want to talk to you as.
Okay.
Like I told you, I literally was talking. He was telling me about the stars. There's a star realm, there's a moon realm. It's like you see how Earth exists and there's human on it. There is a realm for stars. They're not the star that we see as twinkle twinkle little star, right? But and they're not the realm that I had access to is not the realm with these stars in the sky. So it was like they're like, how did you tell me? Okay, so basically Elohim changed character and talk to you as these things that He creates. Does that make sense? Because He is them, but He's how do I explain it, Lord?
His spirit can kind of.
Okay, basically He is in all His creation. So even though you're talking to them, you're still talking to Elohim because he creates them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I might tell people that the stars can talk and the moon, and they probably think I'm crazy. No, I'm not. It's a different realm. It's a different universe. Okay. All right. So like the sun and the moon and the star, they are different realms. They are different dimensions. I was wondering about the moon and why is it like that and all these things. And I literally heard here in their realm of the moon, and he has to open the realm for you to hear them. Like you can't really access them without his grace. Okay. So that's something you should be open to. Now that's what he mean by hidden glory. Some people just think the stars and the moon and the sun is just there and that's it. No, but there's actually a realm. There's a realm for trees. There's a realm. There's a lot of room for a lot of things. Okay. Just I don't know if saw the testimony that he took me to the realm where there are giants. I literally saw the giant's foot. Okay. I remember he took me to a realm where there was like some little tiny. Okay, excuse me. I've been to one alien realm before. It's different. It looks. How do I explain it? It looks 4D.
Okay.
Not no, it's no. It looks 3D. You know when you're seeing those. What about those lights? What are they called, Lord? Okay, it's a dimension. It doesn't look like Earth. There's light right in on the floor and in the sky. I knew it wasn't the same place on Earth. And I saw the giants come in. Like I just saw their foot, but I got scared. Okay, and then it's like the realm changed. It brought me to another realm, and I saw. I think were there possums. Again, I'm telling you this. You believe you could tap into it. There's more than just Earth. That's something I want to tell you. The first time he was telling me about aliens, I was mature when he was telling me. Don't think like, oh my gosh, that's weird and crazy. He's not gonna. Am I telling too much? Okay. So the first time he told me about aliens, because I used to think people like it took me to the alien realm. They kind of look like human, right? But his eyes was moving in his head. I thought it was like a demonic spirit, and I tried to use the blood. I tried to use the blood of Jesus, but that didn't work. And then when I woke up, the Lord was telling me it's not the same law. That doesn't work in their realm. Okay. So there are a lot of different realms. There's realms that I don't even know about yet. There's realms that you have that I don't have. And this is why when you're mature, you open up these things to you. Again, preparation is key. Don't just say, God, give me more. He's gonna open the realm when you're ready for it. Okay. So that's something I want to tell you. No pressure, but if you're open to what I'm saying, he can take you to these realm. Okay. But just be ready and be mature. All right. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tatenda, for coming on today. Okay. Wow, this has been 2 hours, 18 minutes. I really enjoyed this conversation today in these rooms. So I'm gonna have to go because my children need my attention now. So I'm trying to do probably once a week where we're gonna have mature. It's supposed to call hidden marriage, hidden glory. We talk maturity regarding marriage because that's a realm. That's the glory realm that I have access to. Like there's a lot of things he will tell me about marriage, even though I never been married before, right? So it's more like maturity and you hear him clearly. And it's just like when I'm studying the Bible. I used to struggle with studying the Bible. Now I just open the Bible and he tells me what it means. You know, the more mature you are, the more you spend time with him. You have to spend time and grow and read the word, all right? Because there's a lot of thing in the word that is hidden that you know that he can tell you, but man will make you think you're crazy. So don't put Elohim in a box, but also you do want to test the spirit and make sure you are tapping into Elohim and not things you're not supposed to be tapping into, okay? So thank you everyone for being on here. I will see you tomorrow with another live video. Thank you, Tara, and thank you, Tatenda, for coming on today. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Stay blessed.
Ooh, thank you.
All right. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and book your session. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.